Okay, this is part 2 of tearing down a 5-inch Black & Decker grinder, probably from the 60s or something, maybe 70s. I think it's the heavy-duty version. On the last video, we got to take the switch out here, and you see there's a sleeve that goes over the cord. We're going to try to slide that out. That's got to come out because it's obviously rotten, if it will. And it won't come out that way. There we go. Factory ends on the wire, and the wire doesn't seem to be damaged yet from not having a clamp. It's supposed to have a clamp on there. You see I marked the housing for the switch. I marked the switch so I got the same orientation going back. After I removed the switch, I was able to get the switch mechanism out, and it works just like this. It's kind of a cool mechanism. So you've got to loosen the switch up, pull it out, and then you can pull this plunger out, which is your push button for your switch. I have a neatly stored stack of screws there. I have the orientation where things go back together here with an X. You see there, even that brush is going to go back in where it came from. Kind of like an engine. You don't want to mix up the lifters, push rods, if you're just going to rebuild it, you know. Okay, now I already broke loose the screws here with an impact driver. And so it's going to be pretty easy to unscrew. What I do is I put the impact driver on and I twist it, then I smack it. So in the direction you want to go, you twist the impact driver, this type, and then you smack it. And that usually gets it to break loose pretty quickly. And you would work on something like this on like a motorcycle, where you have an all aluminum engine case and transmission. Every one of them screws are going to be stuck, and if you try to just screw them out, you just break or strip out the threads, unless you try to use impact drivers. So this is a method you can use on something else. So let's see what is inside of the output shaft of this grinder here. I'm kind of curious what this looks like. I've had a lot of power equipment apart. So let's see. I shouldn't be too surprised. It's definitely going to be gear reduction, you know. So let's see. Thinking about doing a revolver gun video pretty soon. So kind of like show off an old revolver I have that is getting kind of rare now to get. So that's something to look forward to, maybe for you, if you're just not into electrical stuff. These screws are about 20 miles long. See what we got here. Fiesta Resistance here. Yeah, there's gear that goes to the grinding wheel right there. And that appears to have a little bit of an issue. I feel like there's something catching there. Which I ran this thing 20 years ago, I swear, and I don't remember that being catchy like that. So this section, which has right-handed threads on it, may have to come apart. Looks like it's got plenty of old grease in there. That's something like you would almost see like in a Sawzall, sort of. Except a Sawzall would have a bigger gear. On a Sawzall, they tend to chip a tooth off, and then people throw the Sawzall away because it's like skipping, and the teeth get broke off, and then the whole thing starts self-destructing. But this is a good design. You see the motor output shaft right there. Looks like there's no grease in there. So I think we'll pop these brushes out real quick. It looks like one of the brush caps came out already from me messing with it. So here is a brush spring, and you can see it's just a little bit warped. Maybe the heat got to it just a little bit. So let's see if we can get those brushes out of the brush housing. I may have to do this on another video or something. I don't know. No, it came out. So I think these brushes are still available, but you see the wear on the side of the carbon brush there. It's kind of got, from dragging while it's turning one way, it has worn in the sides of this. This is where a new brush, even though this one looks pretty good yet, might warrant new brushes if you can get them this size. And I think you can. I think they've been making this type of grinder for quite a few decades. You don't stop making good stuff, that's for sure. So let's see what this other brush looks like here. Yeah, it's about the same length as the other one. Seems to be slightly better condition. There's no marks on this. So let's compare it to the other brush. Yeah, that's pretty close. So there's been no difference between the wear on each side there. So I'll put those brushes in exactly where they came out. I'll probably go ahead and use them over. So the spring tension is probably equal. So I think on part 3, depending on how hard this is, this seems to be working. There's a little bearing noise. That could be that maybe some of the grease needs to be moved around, but that's a sealed bearing. That is a sealed bearing there. So I'm probably not going to be changing that. I might try to take off these shields just to look inside at the commutator there. But this is a new design to me, so I don't know. It depends on how hard that bearing is to take out. I don't want to damage this thing. I don't know what my next step is. It may be to try to take this. This definitely has an issue because I'm trying to turn it. And as you see here, it's got quite a big spanner wrench nut, and I can't turn it easily, so there is an issue inside there. So that's the end of part 2. Thanks for watching.